This is my old 150 watt light. It's quite powerful and I really like it for its sleek form factor and its size. And this is Zhiyun's newest 200 watt light. And I really like it for its sleek form factor and above all, its size. Look at this. This is tiny and super powerful. It has its power supply integrated. It can be controlled either via buttons on the back or through their app. And it's a bicolor lamp as well. Let's take a look at what you get inside of the package of the Molus B200. First off, the light itself, which as said before is super small and actually looks different to every other light I've seen so far. Then we have a 4.5 meter long power cord, and due to the light having its own integrated power brick, the cord is the only thing you need to plug it in. My older lights all have ton of bricks around their cables, but this one is just connected directly via cord. And then we get a Bowens mount reflector inside the box to up the lux output of the light. According to Zhiyun, it almost quadruples the light intensity from 8,370 to 39,900, so almost 40,000 lux. So if you are in need of a hard light source that is super tiny, I guess this is the perfect light for this scenario. Let's take a closer look at the light itself. This is super lightweight, weighing in at only 1.45 kilograms, so you can easily use this to mount it up high without breaking your arms while lifting it yourself. The housing around or the tech itself is made out of a lightweight plastic. This also goes for the tripod mount, which in my opinion is a part that should have been built out of metal. Looking at it further, the most obvious thing about the Molus B200 are the gigantic cooling fans on both sides of the light, which they call Dynaward. According to Zhiyun, this significantly improves heat dissipation efficiency, making it possible to create such a tiny light with such a high watt output. The light itself can be controlled via buttons on the unit, a CCT knob, a small display on the back side, as well as a dim knob on the other side. The light itself, when pushing the knobs in, jumps in separate steps to predetermined values, which allows for a faster turnaround time on set. And then with a USB-C connection, which to my knowledge, and I asked Zhiyun for it, is just used for firmware upgrades to the light. Speaking of inputs or control methods, the controller you can buy separately itself is called K1 controller. Alternatively, you can control it with Zhiyun's Vega app, which is a much more comfortable way to use it, especially when the light itself is outside of your immediate reach, so hanging up high or somewhere else. The app does what most other apps nowadays do: group multiple lights into one group on a set, increasing the wattage of the lights, change the Kelvin values to make it warmer or cooler, or use a couple of presets to match the light to other light sources. All in all, it's simple, it's great, it's a versatile app, and it's easy to use. Now, what do I use this light actually for? First off, whenever I film downstairs, outside of my studio space, in my living room, ever since I got this light, I use it as my main key light that is coming from the backside of the product I'm shooting. I normally prop it up on a light stand and one of my softboxes go onto it, either the smaller one if I don't have much space, or if I don't need a big softbox, or I use the 90 centimeter dome on it with the grid in the front. And the second thing I use it for is inside of my small studio. I have 3 different shooting angles. One is directly at my desk, the one you're watching right now. I use a different light for this, coming from the side, slightly angled, which gives me nice flattering shadows on my far side. The second angle is my launch chair set, which you're seeing right now, which consists of a tube light next to my face, a 60 watt light coming from above, acting as a kicker light and a hair light at the same time, and then my key light, which has now become the Molus B200. Since this is so small, this is the perfect light to mount it upside down onto my autopol system that is holding the small 60 watt light as well as my microphone, the audio recorder and the key light. This, in combination with the smaller softbox, makes for a flattering, soft light for the second angle. And as my third angle, I use it as a top-down soft light with the same dome and grid attached to it. I just rotate it downwards and then shoot mostly B-roll or unboxing shots on the desk. It's the perfect light for this since it's so tiny, giving enough headroom and free space for different shooting scenarios. Now when it comes to loudness, I can definitely hear the fans working at least between 70 and 100% power output. Since I don't need this much power output for my key light in this small YouTube space, recording sound at the same time isn't a problem. But if you need that much power, you will definitely hear it on your recording. Now the only thing I kinda dislike on this light is the form factor on the connection between the tripod and the lamp. This isn't rounded, but it's slightly oval shaped, which makes it impossible to connect it seamlessly with standard round metal clamps on set. To get it onto my clamp system hanging from my ceiling, I had to add an extra metal connector in between to get it to work. Also, I kinda missed the ability to use external V-mount batteries with the light to make it more versatile, since the tiny size actually makes this light perfect for taking it with you and changing positions quite often. Maybe Zhiyun is working on a solution, aka an external V-mount adapter for it. This would be a great update for the light. So the conclusion is this: all in all, a good, versatile, small light. I had around 1 month up until now to play around with it, and every time I use it, I like it a tad more. I wasn't able to use it on a bigger film set yet, since we mostly use lights from one brand only to have clarity and ease of use there, but I would love to see how the bigger Zhiyun lights fare when it comes to versatility on set and grouping them together. Maybe I'll get to test one of the 500 watt lights sometime in the future. As always, my name is Leechtm and I'm off writing the next scripts. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to subscribe to this channel. There are plenty more of this type of content and of course many other things available for you to watch. Have a great day, see you around, and goodbye.